Hello, this is Lou Ludwig speaking to you from REPB. I'd like to give you an update on GRI 2. REPB will be hosting GRI 2 at our Lake Worth offices starting on April 5th. Early registration discounts have been extended to March 31st. We will accept walk-ins for the programs. The instructors will be myself for sales and marketing and personal promotion. Stephen David will be teaching tax and investment, and Dominic Kaloya will be teaching technology, tools, and resources. GRI 2 offers 11 hours of CE credit and 30 hours of post-licensing credit for brokers. Also, GRI does not have to be taken in any sequence. You can start with GRI 2 and pick up the other courses, including GRI 1, in the fall. We look forward to having you at our offices next week, so I'll see you at GRI on Tuesday, April the 5th. If you have any questions, give Dennis a call. Thank you.
Welcome to another edition of Wednesdays at 3. My name is Danielle Boughton with the Realtors Association of the Palm Beaches, and I'm here today with Kevin Leonard, founder of the Valor Group and now district sales manager for Mirsky, Cole, and Valor, since they just had a recent merger. Thank you, Kevin. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Kevin is also the vice chair of our Young Professionals Network at the association. It's a great group of young professionals, and we get together and network, and we have more experienced agents and then the new agents. We try to get everyone together and share information and all learn from each other, network. So make sure you come out and visit us next time we have an event.
Yes.
So Kevin is a young professional out here on the island, and I wanted to talk to him a little bit today about some of his experiences and how he got to this point, and maybe he can give some advice to our members. So Kevin, what made you decide to get into real estate?
That's funny, actually. When I was a young boy, I played a board game quite often with my family. It was Monopoly. So I played Monopoly when I was young, and I always wanted to buy real estate. And I had come from an affluent family, so I had to figure out a strategy to learn real estate and make money, and eventually buy my own real estate. So Monopoly got me into it. I learned, had some bumps and bruises along the way. But real estate was a great catapult to an even more successful career, and I think you have to merge both be in sales and own real estate. So when you're selling real estate, you can really speak from an owner's perspective, not just a salesman. So that's what got me into it.
That's interesting. And how long were you a realtor, sales realtor, before you got into the ownership end of it?
I was a real estate agent or realtor for about 3 or 4 years, and I decided to start my own company. So maybe about 3 or 4 years, give or take.
Okay. And what did you do to enhance your business when you first started out?
When I was a new agent, what I did, some right things and some wrong things. So one of the right things that I did was a program called Brian Buffini. I think they still call it that. A funny, very funny Irish guy. Teaches you how to create referrals. So that really helped me out a lot. And also what I did incorrectly was I worked from 7 in the morning till 7 at night, or even 10 o'clock at night, which really, you can work more effectively and efficiently, whereas I thought I needed to work 12 hours a day to build my business, which I didn't. So a combination of good and bad.
Yeah, it's all a learning experience.
Yeah, it's a little learning experience. Sure.
And what made you actually decide to get your broker's license?
Well, I wanted to create a company. I like a good challenge, and I saw a challenge both in the recession, starting a company, and opening up a company in Palm Beach, because it's a difficult market here. It's I would call a 5 or 10 year penetration point to actually have a good business. Fortunately, we did it before that point, but I got my brokerage license to start a company for a good challenge, really, and to share my little knowledge that I've created with other agents.
So when everybody was saying, don't open up a new company.
Don't do it, I open up a new company. Yes, basically, yeah.
That's great. Well, challenging is definitely what you're looking for.
It's so far so good.
Yeah,
so
right.
So far so good.
And so for somebody who is thinking about maybe getting their broker's license, what benefits does somebody who maybe isn't necessarily ready to own a company but would like the information from getting the broker's license. Would you recommend that?
Sure. Well, I feel it adds credibility. So worst case scenario, you're adding additional credibility to yourself when you're going on a listing appointment or a buying appointment. At least you have the knowledge to share with your consumers. It's all about knowledge. At the end of the day, the client will go with you based on your knowledge. So it gives you the knowledge, but also credibility. And one more point that I like to say is, being a broker, owning a company, you don't make as much money as you think you would make. So to you guys and girls out there who you think you'll make more money owning your own company, you're probably misguided. Get your broker's license, but be a broker associate, you make a lot more money with a lot less aggravation.
It's tough to own a company.
It's very tough.
It's very tough. And I know that the margin of profit for a broker is
slim to none. Yeah, so it's difficult. So yeah. Absolutely.
And I know that your company is described as kind of a technology savvy company. What type of technologies are you using?
Sure. Well, there's the new and the fun, the hip sort of social media. Getting leads from social media. We also use the pay-per-click campaign, which a lot of people know about, Google pay-per-click. We use a web-based platform for production, so our agents can log in at any time, look at their calendar, pull up contracts. These contracts are linked to their database and their contact management software and all this good stuff. Our agents get their own 28-page, fully customizable website template branded themselves with lead capture built in there, IDX built into it. There's a lot of stuff that we leverage as a technology-based company.
That's great. So when your agents go out to the listing appointment, they can show their sellers that
That's right.
They're going to be all over the internet. And do you have any companies that you use that shoot the listings out?
Actually, it's a good point. We syndicate our agents' listings on their behalf. They don't lift a finger. We syndicate it to 200 million viewers in about 72 hours across the globe. So, and we actually have a presentation in our comparative market analysis showing where we market to, and we do it on behalf of our agents. But the crucial point is that when we syndicate the listings, it's our agents' contact information, not the offices, so the leads go to the agents. So that's important as well.
Yeah, that's great. And are you involved with any other organizations that you feel maybe kind of helped your business grow a little bit?
Sure. I'm a member of a group called Leadership Business Council. We started about 7 years ago at the Governors Club, which was then purchased by the Phillips Point Club, which is owned by the Breakers. A lot of long names involved there. So a member of the Leadership Business Council, great networking group. A member of the Palm Beach Chamber, also a member of the Palm Beach Yacht Club, and a past member of the Phillips Point Club. So it's great to network and to hobnob. With the socialites, but it's also key and crucial to pick up the phone and make phone calls for leads, expired leads, canceled leads. So the combination of both I feel important.
Yeah, and the technology all kind of mixed in.
That's right.
I know a lot of people that I talk to, because I teach a lot of technology, and so many people are like, I have to be on the internet, I have to be on social media, and they sometimes forget about the other things. So
right.
I feel like you really need to have a mixture of everything to make it succeed.
You need a good combination of both. You need the technology because some clients will want that. You also need to have the skills to make cold calls and call expired listings.
Right, get on the phone and actually talk to people.
That's right.
Yeah, that's good. And how have you felt the effects of the market decline out here on the island?
We sure did, and that's actually one of the major catalysts to starting my firm. History shows that you're able to capture market share 28 times more effectively in a recessionary economy rather than a normal economy. So, knowing that I was the small fish in a big pond, so the market decline was a blessing for me when I opened up my company, and it's brought us where we are today. So the market decline was a positive impact for me.
Interesting. Not for many, but that's good that it helps some people out. And what have you done to change what you're doing to combat the market?
Well, we've identified that roughly 50% of every sale for the next 2 more years or more is distressed. So if you're an agent saying, I won't take short sales, I won't show REOs, well, you're losing half of the market. So we realized that. We identified vendors who will negotiate the short sale on our behalf, local attorneys who will do it at a good cost or no cost to the client and the agent, to negotiate the deals, as well as getting approved for REO listings. So we realize that, and it's half of the market. You can't just turn your head to half of the market. So we realized that and strategized and figured out a plan for that.
That's good, and it's good to have an attorney and some people on your side, on your team working on that, because it's really hard to get through to these companies. I know
you have to, and for an agent should not be negotiating a short sale. An agent should be listing property, showing property. Listing property, showing property. You don't negotiate. You pay the smart guys for that, and you do what you're paid for. In my opinion.
Right. And what do you think your biggest challenges are as a realtor today?
Well, again, honing on listings. Listings is absolute 100% the fundamental key to any success in real estate. And being a little bit younger than others, especially here on the island, I run into the age barrier.
Yeah.
So I talk to them on the phone and say, "Oh, guy has some knowledge," and they meet with me. They say, "Well, how old are you? How old are you?" So you have to combat that. But once they're comfortable with you and you share your knowledge and you realize you're credible and you have experience, that barrier will break. It does take some time. It does take some credibility, but that's probably the biggest barrier currently.
Yeah. And what suggestions would you give to a realtor coming into the business now?
Get comfortable making cold calls to leads, get listings. At 100% of your time, 80% of your time should be spent getting listings. 20% should be working on buyers. 80-20 rule. And what I also pitch to my agents is you should have two markets. One being the cash flow market, which I say is $300,000 or below. I call it cash flow because you'll get a listing and you sell a listing. You get one and you sell one, so it's turning. But also I encourage the high profit market, which is $1 million plus.
Right.
So you work less on the listing. Takes a little bit longer, but you get a higher profit. So you look at your hourly wage is more effective and higher profit. So some information there.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's good to have a focus on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Some realtors just come into the business just trying to sell whatever the first thing they can, and it's sometimes it's a really good idea to focus your energy on a specific division of the market.
On a market and on a niche, and also what I do, which is crucial, if you're marketing to an area, before you market, you should do an analysis. So you're choosing, say, a building in Palm Beach to farm to. We'll go back a year, see what's sold in the past year, and see. And so say it was $5 million. $5 million times 6% commission, right? That's $300,000 gross commission.
Right.
Well, if you're able to capture 10% of that market share, i.e., $30,000, is it worth it to market there?
Right.
That's your decision. So you have to focus, find a market, and then do analysis on the market.
And really make an educated decision for what you're doing.
Where you're going to put your money in.
And speaking of niche markets, I guess we should talk about the commercial and international. Do you do international here as well?
Sure. A lot of other international consumers gravitate to Palm Beach for the luxury lifestyle that we have. You know, all the fabulous clubs and the beach environments and the restaurants. So we get a good portion of our consumers from around the globe. And for an interesting fact, last time I checked, Canadians were the #1 international property owner in Palm Beach, and I believe Palm Beach County.
Really?
So you need to get that reach, but to get to that reach, you need listings. So it all goes back to getting listings.
That's right. Control the market. That's right. That's great. Well, I think those are some really good tips for someone that's coming into the business, whether they're a young professional or not, or if you're returning to the business. Maybe it's not the same market that you used to experience. So it's really good to research and get on the phone apparently and call and make some call those expireds and get the listings. And I hope you learned a little something today. Thank you very much for joining me.
Welcome.
So we thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Thank you.